Okay, we are going to look at quite a challenging question here. It's from 2012 paper 1 question 24. So this question, let's read the question together. 4 rays from a point O enter a diverging lens. The face PQ of the diverging lens is part of the circle O. The part of a circle. O is the center of the circle. Which ray follows the correct path? Now, in order to answer this question, we first need to remember a very important concept, and that is rays traveling along the radius of a circle will not bend. That means that if it travels from one medium to another, alright, but it's traveling along the radius, this is the radius, it will not bend. Okay, this is because they are traveling along the normal. Alright, how do we know that this is the normal? Now, imagine a ray is traveling from the center of the circle along the radius. Now, when it hits this surface to the ray is like a flat surface. So, in order to describe it as a flat surface, we have to use the tangent. So, to the ray, it seems like hitting a surface that is flat and can be described as the tangent. So, we know from geometrical properties that the radius is perpendicular to tangent. So if the ray experiences this surface, which is a tangent, and we know that it is traveling perpendicular to this tangent because it is traveling on a radius, then obviously it's traveling along the normal. So any ray that travels along normal will not bend because the angle of incidence is 0. So in a similar fashion, if it's traveling towards the sphere, but it's also traveling along a line towards the radius, from outside to the inside, it will also not bend because the same rule applies. So whether I'm traveling out from the circle or I'm traveling into the circle along the radius, it will not bend. So let's look at this question. Now this is the center of a very, very large circle. Alright, so we are only able to see the arc length of the circle. Alright, so obviously all 4 rays that's coming out from this circle to the arc are all radius. So if all the 4 rays travel along the radius, so that means that the point where it touches the surface here will not bend. So there are already 2 options that are wrong, option D and option A, because option D and A has bent. So we are only left with option C and B. So the next question is, at this point, what will happen? Will it bend or not? So the only way to know whether your answer is correct is to ask yourself whether ray C or B, after traveling through the lens, is still traveling towards the radius of another circle. Now this circle is for this center, this arc. Alright, so let's call it O prime. So if you use a line connecting O and O prime, you realize that the ray B actually travels towards O prime, but not C. So that means that the ray B cannot bend all the way. It cannot bend here, it cannot bend here, because it's traveling to another radius. So it's traveling from one radius out, and then it's traveling to another radius. So obviously this is wrong also. So if these 3 are wrong, and then we know that this is the dense medium, this is a less dense medium, and we draw the normal, which is to O prime, and then it will bend away from the normal, we realize that C is the correct option. So the answer is C.